Milwaukee. Shall we, Tim Legler? Remember, the Pistons on the second night of a back-to-back here, but it was all Giannis for the Bucks in the first quarter.
This was just taking lunch money. That's all this was in the first quarter, man. This is overwhelming a team's front line. It was all Giannis, and he needed all of these just to keep him in the game.
Yeah, Giannis bullying his way inside here, gets the flush. How about this? Giannis had 22 of the 24 Bucks points in that first quarter. His teammate 0 of 12 from the field here.
Tomato chest at its finest.
But it would stay close here in the fourth quarter. We're going ahead to the final seconds. Cade Cunningham somehow on his tush gets the pass up, heaves for the three, and that one's good.
It was good. Listen, I'm telling you, this Pistons team has been playing some inspiring basketball under Coach Bickerstaff.
Gotta ask though, Legs, is that a foul or nah?
I don't think so. It was hard to really see that when it happened the first time. It took a couple of replays. I don't think so. I think there's a lot of ball there, not a lot of contact, certainly not enough, I don't think, in that situation to warrant that.
Well, he got the call, but Ron Holland missed both free throws here.
Ball don't lie.
He is going to be haunted by that probably for a little bit, and also by what Giannis did in overtime, just taking over here for the Milwaukee Bucks, getting that little mid-range jumper to go, and then you know when Giannis is pulling up for three legs, it may be over.
Yeah, it was all paint points early, but it sets up this later. He's now in a rhythm. He's making all of his free throws, and now he goes mid-range and then goes deep.
And celebrating in a specific type of way. Giannis slams it down inside for the uncontested jam. He finishes with 59 points, 14 rebounds. The Bucks win in overtime, 127-120. And Giannis broke a tie for the third most 50-point, 10-rebound games in NBA history with a handful of players, including Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He now trails only Wilt and Elgin Baylor. And Giannis, he appeared to get a little bit emotional in his post-game interview.
I'm just proud of my teammates. At the end of the day, nobody says it's going to be easy, right? I remember the year we won the championship. We didn't start the season very, very well, but at the end of the day, we never gave up. It doesn't matter who plays. It doesn't matter if the young guys going to play. We never give up.
Perk, what's your reaction to seeing that?
I mean, it was a beautiful thing to see. I mean, when you have a guy, a superstar that put his heart and soul into the game like Giannis does and play with the amount of passion that he do, but it also made me realize how hard it is to get wins in the NBA.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it made Giannis realize that as well. You know, Giannis' record since 2021 season when they won the championship is 181 wins, 94 losses. So wins has become a norm for him. You get off to a slow start and all of a sudden you start taking winning for granted. Quick story real quick. I remember in 2008 or 2000, it might have been 2009, I was with Kevin Garnett and we were watching Dwayne Wade play with the Miami Heat. And we was watching the game, we was on the road, and D-Wade did something at the end. I think it was a game winner, and he went and he stood on the table and he did his, you know, D-Wade moment. And I was like, why is he overreacting like that? And KG went off like, you know, I can't say what he said, but he was like, you don't know how it feels to get caught up in the moment, regular season or not. Yeah, but I'm feeling that. And I was like, yeah. So when I see Giannis embracing that moment after dropping 59 in pretty much a must-win situation because the Bucks been struggling, especially without Dame, I'm all in for that type of passion.
Guy's hungry. And when he won the first one, for me, it looked like a guy that was going to continue to push himself. He doesn't want to just be a guy that wins an MVP or multiple or wins a title. He wants to be one of the all-time best to ever do it. To do that, you're going to have to win multiple titles. It hasn't really gone that way since they won the first one. Eerily similar stat line, by the way, last night to his signature game, Game 6 of the NBA Finals, 50-14-5, 59-14-7 last night. Right, that's what it takes. The scary part, though, is this. It took all of it to win an overtime game against the Pistons at home. That, to me, is the more concerning thing. And I think that's what you saw at Giannis, man. It was emotional because he's like, I'm out here having to do everything I can just to keep our head above water right now because he desperately wants to win.
Oh, and it's not just what Giannis gave them. It's what the Pistons rookie did not making those two free throws. We could be having a very, very different conversation. But in order for the Bucks to turn this around, Shams, we're not talking about a fully healthy team here. Dame's still out with that concussion. Chris Middleton has missed the beginning of the season. What can you tell us about when we could see them?
Damian Lillard's been out the last couple of games with a concussion. I'm told he is progressing. There's hope that potentially by Saturday's game in Charlotte, he could be cleared from concussion protocol. But the big worry in Milwaukee is Chris Middleton, and his absence has been deafening for this team because he's supposed to be your third star. He's supposed to be the guy that's supposed to, when one of those other stars are struggling, he's going to be the one to step up, and he has not even progressed to 5-on-5 yet. They are not sure exactly when he's going to go to 5-on-5. His absence essentially has been much longer than team officials have anticipated, but they are hopeful here over the next couple weeks. Get him on a couple 5-on-5s, and hopefully he can progress to a return.
Well, I mean, look, right now we don't know how he's going to look when he returns, 2 ankle surgeries. But you go back, and another big takeaway from last night was Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
Finally, who's been playing horrible this start of the season. He dropped a 29-piece, right? So we've been asking, who is going to be that guy to step up consistently, right? Is it going to be Bobby Portis?
Yep.
It was a good sign for the Milwaukee Bucks to see Brook Lopez actually come out and deliver in great fashion and help his team out for once.
Right, and their other problem has been guards. I mean, we're talking about Cade Cunningham, Malik Beasley. They can't stop opposing backcourts.
Lost their edge on the perimeter. That's the biggest problem. Like, teams still have a hard time scoring in the paint against them. When you got Giannis back there and you got Brook Lopez, that's going to be difficult. I think they're second in the league in fewest points in the paint. They're doing that.
Right.
Problem is this league is more about defending on the perimeter than it's ever been. They have lost their physicality, toughness, and edge out there. And look, they made a conscious decision to do that when they got away from Drew Holiday. This is the decision they went with. They're not the same team defensively. And to your point about Middleton, he's critical on both ends of the floor. I just feel like, as long as I can remember now, every sentence I've uttered about the Bucks has either started with if Chris Middleton's healthy or ended with if Chris Middleton's healthy.
Right.
It's been a long time we've been saying it. Will we get there? I hope so, because I do want to see if they've got one more run in them.
Let's be honest, y'all. It is Wemby's world, and we are all just living in it. It was a career night for the sophomore sensation, and we'll show you exactly how this one went down. Picking this up in the second quarter against fellow Frenchman here, Alex Sarr. We've been waiting for this two-man game to develop, and also Wemby's jumper here, Perk.
Absolutely, but look, using the screen and roll. This is what you brought CP3 in. Great action right there. Getting big Giannis Valanciunas out on the perimeter, getting his feet set, having the spacing. It's a contested shot, but it's not that contested.
24 points in the first half for Wemby, the most in a first half in his career. Going ahead to the third here, this is really when he started to open up from three.
Yeah, look, he was feeling it, obviously. He's got a great stroke, and he was going to distances that was making it very difficult to rotate to him, particularly with that kind of length. If you're not there early, he's going to get that shot off, and he gets into a groove. This is what he's capable of.
On the inbounds pass there from Paul Wembanyama for yet another three, and if you thought he was done, oh no, the Spurs working around to Wembanyama again from deep here. 19-point third quarter for Wemby. He shot 4 of 4 from beyond the arc, and then we were on the watch for 50. And what was cool is that they left him in because they needed it in order to ice this game.
Yeah, Wizards made a run. They were down 20, and they got it to like 12, and they were like, you know what, we're going to put Wemby back in the game, see if he can get the big 5-0.
And here is what it sounded like on the Spurs broadcast the moment he did.
Wembanyama, guarded by Kispert, turns, shoots, and swishes for 50. He's not human. He's an alien.
A milestone night for Wembanyama. His first 50-piece leads the Spurs to a 139-130 win. But it feels like he's really finding his stride here, Tim. How has he found that rhythm this week?
He's lost his indecisiveness. When I saw him against Oklahoma City maybe 10 days ago or so, he took 5 shots in that game. He did not attempt a field goal in the second half. I saw him several times get ready to rise up off the floor and then just decide not to go up. Clearly, he was overthinking it. Since that game, he's taken over 20 shots 4 times. So he is in a completely different place now mentally. The indecisiveness is gone, and this is what he can do because you really can't contest these shots because of the length and where he's releasing the basketball from. Now he's in a rhythm. It sets up the rest of his game when he's making shots.
Players have really rallied around the freedom that Mitch Johnson has given them. I think when you think about Victor Wembanyama, his outside shot has opened up everything about his game. And I think it just goes to show players have really rallied around Mitch Johnson. It's the freedom he's given guys like Victor Wembanyama on offense. I'm
looking at who he's playing with right now, right? And no knock on the young man Sohan, but since he's been out, right, Victor Wembanyama has been averaging, about 27 points, shooting over 50% from the field and the three-point line. And I was always worried because I thought Sohan benefited more from Victor, then Victor benefited from him. Now you have a lineup where you have Harrison Barnes, CP3, and Castle. Now you have more spacing, and now those rotations are just a little bit more harder, and now the paint opened up as well.
Well, Wemby is averaging 36 points a game over his last 3 games. A lot of that is because of the uptick in three-point shooting.